Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time the most Manchester United fans are dreading. We're talking about the Anfield. We're talking about the 7-Up humiliation last time. This stream is not sponsored by 7-Up. Hopefully, it's sponsored by Coke Zero. Before we continue the show, please smash the like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho!
And we are live. Obviously, you are gloating watching Liverpool currently getting beat by 2-1 against what their name is Union something something in the boring Europa League. When thank God we dodged that bullet. Thank God we didn't qualify to Europe even. We finished last in Champions League, but you know what? Coming around the corner is something that we fans are dreading. Something that we are calling the battle, the slaughter of Anfield, the 7-Up. And as I alluded before, I wish we were sponsored by a bottling company called Coke Zero, because zero is what we need. We need to concede 0 goals. You know, guys, it is what it is. Ten Hag is cooking with what he got. We fans, we have to stick together. We need to be united because we are going to war on Sunday. So let's get ready to rumble. I have Coach Kojo in the background. I have Thomas all the way from Sweden to have his say. And we're going to do this, people. Win, lose, draw. We're always here for you. Let's get ready to rumble.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
On Mufc Realist TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, let's get ready to rumble!
We are Manchester United and we never stop. And what can I say? I got to ask my good old friend Kojo. Big up, Kojo. How are you doing? It's been a hot minute. You're good.
Yeah.
Or is yours?
I'm good. I'm not over, but I'm kind of over the exit out of Europe after Wednesday. But I'm in good spirits until Sunday. So yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, you mentioned good spirits. I'm not in good spirits, but you know, it takes a few days to get over 100%. But you know, you got to look after your own family, your mental health, and that's far more important to me than this team. It's a game, and game is theirs to for me as escapism. It's my happy place. I love watching the team. I love watching us play. I love streaming. I love doing the post-match reviews and everything that comes with it. But when you're not performing on the pitch, it gets a little bit difficult. Yeah. And I cannot lie, it's kind of affected me, right? It did, Kojo, it did. But you know, my train of thought is, if we're going to war, if I bring you, right, I'm your captain, right, I bring you to war, we come to the battlefield, what's the point of going to the battlefield and put down your weapons and roll over like a dog and say, take me, right? We got to go to Anfield and give it the best what we got. We are Manchester United. We got to fight. And that's my train of thought today, because everyone is kind of down-tooling. The fans are kind of feeling like they're down-tooling. Oh, we're going to get slaughtered. 7-Up. Media's creating this agenda.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Don't like it. Kojo, what do you reckon? Do you want to go fight with me?
Let's go fight.
Yeah, let's go. Listen, at the end of the day, people are watching Liverpool right now. They can see that they are beatable right now, but they're playing away 2-1 Europa League. They're already qualified though, but they can stay in that Europa League, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I have another guest that I want to bring to the stage as well. Do you want to see who he is? He's parent from Gothenburg. He's been coming in and having his say, but when he speaks, it's like when Tarzan speaks, the jungle stands still. We talk about Thomas, all the way from Sweden. Welcome to the stage, Thomas. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Yeah, Thomas, are you feeling nervous about Sunday? Or
Yeah, both yes and no. But I mean, I'm more in I'm more in the headspace. It's like it is what it is.
it is what it is.
Yeah. I used to be really amped up for, especially for this game, but it doesn't. The energy doesn't receive on the other end, so to speak. And
I see what you mean. I see. What you
it's
mean.
like I can
Kojo.
be amped up.
Kojo, it's like a relationship, isn't it, Kojo? Right? You know, you love your girlfriend or wife, but if she says to you, like, I don't love you anymore, but you think, why should you love her back? It's that kind of a little bit the same thing with this team, isn't it? Right? If they not give you the love back, why should you love them back?
They don't play like they love the team. It doesn't look like they even want to be there. So I don't know why they deserve our attention. But no matter what, 75,000 fans will attend because it's our club. Whether they're there or not, Man United remains. So we're here for the badge, not for them. Players come and go, man. And these players, proper players, they're not good enough. And it's not just because of quality; it's because of effort. And quite frankly, I think there's quite a few people in that team that think they're better than they are. But what they're going to learn is what they're doing is not only harming the club, but it's harming themselves. Because for the last 2 or 3 years, a lot of these players have been on the market and they've not been wanted. And that's a bad precedent for a lot of them. And, when your contracts run out, there'll be people like Varane, Casemiro who would be able to get places in clubs because at least they're committed. But even if you think they're not good enough anymore, at least they commit themselves when they play and they're proud on the pitch and they fight for every ball because what they did before in the past wasn't small. They play for Real Madrid, and if you play for Real Madrid, you're going to fight for every ball. Well, whereas if you're someone like, I don't know, I'm not going to say Martial because it's too easy to use him, but someone like even like Rashford, you're a Man United fan through and through. You knew and you know what Man United's always been about. But if the effort's not there anymore, if you're not feeling it anymore, do everyone a favor, do yourself a favor as well. Always bring yourself into it as well. If you're not happy in the environment, you leave. I'm hoping he's happy, but if you're not happy, you get out and you make everyone else happy with it. So yeah, man, that's something for the players.
Big up. I want to give you an explosion for that one. Get out of here. Sure, get on your bike. True. Thomas, you're from Sweden, right? You're from Gothenburg, my own playground. Like in Sweden, we have something called Fika.
Yeah.
Right. Fika is something like it's a weird word. Only Swedes know what it is, but it's basically getting together and have a coffee and tea or chat just in a cafe. But it's all about socializing to talk shit, right?
Yeah.
All right. So imagine this: you make an appointment to go for a fika with your mates, and everyone comes there excited, happy. They're all looking forward for this fika, like this meet and greet, having your coffee. But there's always one person that comes in there that is depressed and then dragging the whole of the mood down. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah, I have. But as a true friend, I just tell him the truth.
True.
Then
that's what you should do as a captain, 100%.
Yeah.
But the whole analogy, what I want to bring in here, it's tied in what Kojo is saying. 100%. Because if you have a squad of 24, 27, there's always a couple of people that are trying to drag the mood down of everyone else, the standards and everything else. But this has been the problem, Kojo.
Yeah.
Are you saying that the club should have recognized this years ago and got rid of those players? I know that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was calling it out, saying bad apples in the dressing room. Do you reckon they're still here?
I think the real bad apples are still here. And the reason I say that is because United fans feel like every time we get rid of a problem, there's still a problem that persists. First, it was, the biggest name was always Pogba. Pogba's this, Pogba's that. He's bringing the team down. Pogba left, we're still in the same place. What I want fans to understand is, from my viewpoint anyway, opinions are opinions. The reason why the players will continue to be able to do this is because the attitude around the whole club is in tatters. I grew up on knowing that United were a club where the manager said hello to everyone and knew everybody's names, from the tea lady to the receptionist, the receptionist to the cooks to the players, staff, everybody. And then that culture changed. I remember one of the receptionists today, I forgot her name, I think it was Kathleen.
Kathy,
Kathy did an interview, and she said, like the only person that came to do that after Alex Ferguson was either Mourinho or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because they Mourinho and Fergie were like this. So if someone's gonna tell him about Man United, it's gonna be Fergie. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer he's our boy from years back. So these are the kind of guys that get the culture, but that's slowly faded away to the point where the players don't even acknowledge these people anymore. That's poor. But then they're allowed to do that because the people upstairs don't really care either. Let's be real.
No, true.
That's why we're scary. That's why we've been screwing for new owners for about 15, 18 years now.
Yeah, but it's got to do with culture. Like, I did a morning show this morning with Mark, by the way, and I did a perfect analogy, and I drew a pyramid. I don't know if you guys saw it. I posted a little bit of a clip of that. A director's cut, 15 minutes. It's spot on, bang on, basically what you're saying there, because it's called enabling, right? The current establishment, and ever since Sir Alex left and David Gill, everything was just, the whole culture changed. It went like it wasn't high ceiling. It was more of a hierarchy, like, shut up and just do what I tell you, right? So it became a little bit hostile environment and power tripping. And for the past, at least I would say 11 years, right? You have this pyramid. I have it here. I will show you here, if you can see it. The pyramid is a slab, right? We are currently still stuck in that quicksand slab, right? So if you're building a house, on the bottom here, you have the fans, right? And on top of that, you have the managers and the playing squad, right? This is the common denominator, that they want to win. But everything on top of here, if you can see, is a big vacuum. They only care about making money. And there's been no communication from the top to the bottom. And in any work situation, when everyone is informed and engaged, people are more productive and want to win together with the company. Manchester United don't have that.
Yeah.
You see, because they don't have the same sporting vision as what the manager and the fans have. We want to win. We want to have 100% on the pitch. We want to have that never say die attitude. That has been gone, slowly graduating for the past 10 years. So the divide and conquer, what you're seeing right now in the press and the media, is driven by the media. Basically, they want us to be miserable because they like this shit, because they like to print a lot of articles. They make a lot of money. But at the same time, fans are getting divided, split camp within the fan base. Sack this manager, sack this player. If we sack this player, we will be much better. If we sack that manager and replace with this manager, the problem will be fixed. It will never be fixed. Right.
I never got that split.
No, but the thing is,
it doesn't make any sense.
If Manchester United will ever go back to the top, this pyramid needs to be complete. And this is what you see that most clubs, including Liverpool, have. It took Klopp 3 seasons to get it right. How did Klopp do, like, in the first season? He finished what? I can't even remember. 8th or something. 10th or something. Yeah. So, but the problem is that our fan base has zero patience. We expect to win. We're still living in that Fergie era. We want to win. We want to see good football, and rightfully so. 100% rightfully so. But when it comes down to weak mentality, that has been doing with whoever sits on top of that board, enabling this to happen, which is the Glazers, which is the Richard Arnolds, the Murtaughs, the match judges, and all them stuff, right? So, in order to do, we're doing like 6 rebuilds, people. Every 18 months, new manager, new playing. Of course, it's disjointed. Every manager recruits his own players, and then the next manager comes in and has to do something with what the current manager recruited. And then the Glazers are putting a stop to, now you cannot sell them because they're assets, right? So I don't think that people really look at the whole 360 degrees to see the whole, the whole complete circle. You know what I mean? They take fractions of it and they point at, it's the manager's fault. Why are they pointing fingers at the manager at the moment? Because there's no spokesperson other than the managers to come out to say what it is with the club. because Glaze is not communicating, John Murta is not communicating, nobody's communicating. We don't even have a spokesperson for the club speaking to the fans. I don't know. That's
it's
just my
straight
thinking.
up facts. No, it's facts. It's and what you're describing, what you're describing, Mick. It's how an organization in any business, how it works.
It works, yeah.
And
Organizational
no matter
design.
if it doesn't work at the top, if the top leaders in the organization don't demand from the people
it's
under
power.
them,
It's power. At the
nothing's
same
gonna
time, I
happen.
think Glazes has been telling Ten Hag, you're not allowed to play your style of football. You should play this football because this suits our financial model. We only want to get into top 4, and that's about it, mate. You know what I mean? You come to the transfer window. I mean, what was the whole point of us, working our socks off to get into Champions League, right? Only to come to Champions League and not really getting backed and having all these injuries. And, clearly I saw that Ten Hag recruited more talent for the future than characters, right? Of course, everything is crumbling down. But what you really, really see right now, this is Ten Hag's building season, right?
Yeah.
This is his building season. So I'm really proud that I'm not proud, but I'm saying I'm relieved, Kojo. I'm relieved that we are not playing in Europe because right now, I want us to focus on the Prem. Now you have time to practice all the drills, to get that in the player's mentality. This is the way I want you to play. You can apply this on training, but I want to see that on the pitch.
What I would argue, which isn't a frustration of mine with Ten Hag, I'm not Ten Hag out by any means, but the frustration I have solely is, and it's with a lot of managers as well, so it's not just a Ten Hag thing, but I want him to be a lot more stricter and adamant with the way he wants to play. And if there's certain players that can't do it, you can't play them. I have the patience, genuinely have the patience. If he decides to play a lot more youngsters because they allow his style of football to play in there and take those losses, because at least I can see that stuff is building. So when you go to the market and bring a bit more experience because it fits your model, those younger players can take time to develop and get into the team and do whatever. Because if not, what you're going to have to do is try and adapt to with the ability of the players that you do have, which is not a bad thing, because people like I don't know, like that's what someone like Sam Allardyce used to do at other clubs. And you're not Sam Allardyce, you're not going to that kind of level of club, but he'd walk into a club, assess the talent there and say, well, you clearly can't play a passing style of football, so we're going to play a more direct style and just try and get as many points on the board as possible just to get points. And then if I'm here long enough, we can try and change it up. I want him to be adamant on both ways, because I think he's killing himself here. This is where he gets fired, because it's a results-based game. And the facts are, yes, you finished third last year. You won a cup last year, and that's great. And you should have credit in the bank. But this is a new season, and we've lost 12 games, 7 of them at home already. And this is only the first half of the season. You're killing yourself. I need you to be very more strict with this team. If Bruno Fernandes is not pulling his weight, and he's the captain, if he's not pulling his weight, you sign Mason Mount because he's a presser. He plays as a attacking midfielder. He presses better. He helps your team move forward with the ball, win the ball in attacking areas up the pitch. Bring him in. I don't mind. I'll take that. If Rashford is still not performing and you want to bring Garnacho in, do that. If Anthony's not putting his weight, pull Pelestri in. If Martial's not putting his weight, it's Højlund. If Højlund, he's a young boy, so I've got time. But if it's not working with him, so I'll find something else. You dropped Varane for whatever reason, and I have to accept that, because if Varane's not pulling his weight, you find a reason to drop him.
But how good was Varane over the Champions League game? It was excellent. We haven't seen. It's like he's.
That's my problem.
Rashford,
it's like he hasn't been gone for a game. No,
That's
at the end of the day, I'm going to ask you a question, Thomas, then, regarding what Kojo was saying there. Do you think, in your mind, that he's been told who to pick?
Both yes and no.
Do you think somebody's pointing a gun at him to say, you have to play this, you have to play these players? Because he's come out to say that I'm not here to play the Ajax style, I'm here to play the United style. He keeps saying he's been trained by the PR team to say certain things, and people are starting to catch up on it. Right?
Yeah.
How can you come out and say we played well when we played shit? I can acknowledge what we saw against Bayern, We were more compact as a team. We pressed really well, but there's still
Yeah.
issues that we didn't lay a glove on. Then, we didn't even have goal
Oh
scoring
no,
opportunities.
they were cruising. Bayern were cruising. But yeah, I mean, he's in a really bad spot, and what I've seen with every manager that has been at this club is that the cards they've been given is not the greatest hand they've been given, and they're kind of like, I mean, just what Van Hal said when he came out, and he was like, "Yeah, but I was offered. I wanted Cavani. I wanted this player. I wanted this player," but they were like, "No, you have to get the fourth or fifth choice."
Yeah, they've been lying to the manager. That's the thing.
Yeah, and
pathetic lines.
And you also have your professional pride as a person, and you still want to make it work also. But I understand also what Kojo is saying. Some things that he has done in this time, I don't get it. I don't understand why he keeps
I don't understand either.
Playing.
We're all footballing people. All three of us are footballing people. Play the game. We don't understand the game, but I just don't understand. You got to have your identity. You got to, you were a authoritarian when you came in. You're like doing the 10 commands. You should do this, your rules and principles. That seems to be gone out of the window this season. You change the system of play. So it's a system of a down, right? So people are down tooling, or people don't like to play the system you're playing. All of a sudden, like, you have 5 players up front there that he's expecting to press, but they don't do the job. They don't do the job.
They don't do the job.
I agree. I agree with Kojo.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Keep on. Sorry.
Sorry. My apologies. I was just saying they can't do it. We've been here, I don't know how many managers. And some of these guys have been here for a lot of managers, and they've just not adapted to any style.
Kojo.
They don't want to, man. They don't want to.
Listen, they can't do it, and they don't want to do it. So they have to go.
We're just talking about like a swallows that were just born and just getting in fresh wings. It's motor skill. It's muscle memory. You've been a professional footballer since you started playing as 6, going to academies and stuff like that. Don't tell me you don't have the skills. Everyone has the skills, right?
Yeah, I hear that.
Everyone has the will. You look at Newcastle yesterday. Blood, sweat, and tears. They're down to the bare bones with injuries, but they're still pressed. They work hard for each other, right? For me, it comes down to share what you're paying each individual. Newcastle don't have that high wage bill. People are looking at us like, hey, Marcus Rashford is getting paid $375 and gets away with it. Why should I put in a shift in? That is what you can just apply that to a normal work situation, right? Why should I do a little bit of extra when I'm not getting paid the same salary what he's getting? And that is the problem.
Yeah.
So a total rebuild is needed. Cut the wage bill. Get rid of the the overinflated players, and we have a proper start, fresh start. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Liverpool. But just want to get that out of the system, because Paper Talk Agenda has been calling the manager out, saying he's going to be sacked by Lopetegui is going to take over. And I'm going to say, Lopetegui? You joking? And then Harry Potter, right? And it's like, guys, be careful what you wish for. If you only give the manager a little bit more time to adopt, get the glazes out, get new structure, get the manager what they want, he would be cooking. But in order now,
seem to forget that the Glazers are still in charge. They're still here. And nobody knows anything about Sir Jim, what his intention is. Nobody knows anything. And people are just like
stories of mine. Listen, the real factor of this is, I want to make a point I made this morning as well. How can you sack a manager when you don't have a CEO in charge? You have an interim CEO that doesn't want to take that. His job is not to take those decisions. You have a director of football that's out of the way. You have a rebuild or a takeover that's about to be announced, whoever God that might be. There's no way they're going to sack him. No way.
They're not going to sack him.
They don't have the authority to do
that. How are they going to find money for that?
And plus, we went out Europe losing £75 million on that.
Yeah.
So where are you going to find the money, Lebowski? Kojo?
I don't know. I mean, look, I see it. I see it two ways. The thing that worries me about the Liverpool game is it seems like it's a recurring theme where when it comes to a manager being fired, it seems to do with us losing to Liverpool. And the one negative that's on his back, huge negative, is the fact that we lost 7-0 there last year. It's huge because all the pressure's on right now to say, don't go and lose 7-0 again. And that should sound a reasonable thing to do. Don't lose 7-0, but can you trust the players to go out there and put 100% in? I don't know. It seems like every time there's something goes wrong, their heads just go down, and they don't ever think about picking it up. But that's what I was talking about Varane and Casemiro earlier. We missed that mentality. We don't have that. So I was happy to see Varane back on the pitch. But yeah.
So, guys, big up VR, everyone that's tuning in. How you doing? Jordan Mamin is here. I guess he's saying, I guess we can be very glad not to have gotten to the next round. Our opponent would have been none other than Manchester City. Well, in Champions League. We would have gone City, yeah.
Really?
The draw, according to, I don't know. Mark Davis is saying, good up, big up, guys. I'm worried about the game on Sunday. If United don't turn up on the pitch, I'm afraid that they will get battered by Liverpool. Mark, big up, Mark. Richie is actually here as well. Richie65, evening, Mufc Realist TV and chat. Evening to you, Richie. Big up, RJ as well. How you doing? How you were doing? And we have a question: are you Ten Hag in or out? I think you answered that, Kojo. You said you're Ten Hag in.
Yeah, but I just want to help himself. That's all it is. That's all it is. At the end of the day, just help.
Yeah, I want to help him.
Yeah, that's all it is.
How about
help
you,
himself.
Thomas?
That's it.
I'm not in or out. I'm standing on. Now I'm back in the manager just out of principle, because I don't have any patience with these players, because they've been through so many managers, and I don't care about these players. If I'm gonna be honest with you, like they haven't done enough to deserve to wear that shirt, and
you know what,
they will like bully another manager who comes in.
I love my club, but I'm tired of this team.
Exactly.
That's what
the club is. We are the club. We know what it represents. We know what it stands for. They don't care, man. They don't care. That's just the way it is. Action speaks more than words, man.
I stand here every day, give my all for this club, all my energy, all the positivity, because I love this club. But when the team is not loving me back, when I have to sit here and doing miserable post-match highlight review shows when we lost 4-0 or 3-0 the other day, and then I say I don't love you back because you're ruining everyone's weekend as well. So for me, I'm saying I am Ten Hag out, and that's, some people say, why are you Ten Hag out? You sing on the fence. No, because I have high standards. I want him to succeed. I want this team to succeed. On paper, they're very good players. There is players in them, So I put my doubt, because when I put my doubt, that means that prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove that you can do it. So I put pressure back onto the manager, back to the team. Yeah. It's like that relationship, what I say to you, Kojo, like, you've been going out with your wife or girlfriend for many, many years, and she all of a sudden, like, I don't love you anymore. And I go like, well, I love you, but if you don't love me anymore, why should I continue loving you back? Right? Yeah. That's the thing. Guys, on Saturday, we cannot have this siege mentality. And do you think that, barring what you said earlier, Kojo, as well, do you think he's going to go in with this mindset to protect his job, to say, as long as I don't concede? Or do you think he's going to go there to win the game?
You want to go first, Thomas?
Yes, sure, Thomas. Thomas, you can go as well.
I mean, I think he just, for his sake, I just think he should just minimize the damage that's already been done. Like, if it's Liverpool or not, I know it means something for us as fans of like Manchester United against Liverpool. But honestly, we've been dreadful in a lot of games. So what's the difference between this game and the game against
There's no
Wolf?
difference. There's no difference. Go in there, kill the opponent. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Kojo, if you're going up against Mike Tyson this Sunday, right? You've been boxing, you've been training all your life. If you're going to go into that ring thinking I'm going to get knocked down in the first round, what's the point of going up there fighting?
It's true. Yeah.
At least you get a swing in, right?
Yeah.
Probably
No.
$20 million.
Punch him in the nuts.
I agree, man. Look, I refuse to believe that Ten Hag goes into any game thinking, let's try and get out of here with something. I think he wants to go out there and fully win. So I think the team he's going to put out there was going to have the intent to go and win. But I think he just like us. He may just not have confidence in a lot of the players. But this is the crop that he has, unfortunately. So this is what he has to deal with. But I do wish him the best. That comment you brought up there, I was responding to someone who asked a good question. I think her name's Ibi or something.
Ibi, yeah.
Yeah, and I like that question because or isn't a question rather saying that the media's after Ten Hag. They are.
Yeah,
Man United used to have the media on complete lockdown because Silas Ferguson could not be messed with. And the one time they tried to mess with him, they were banned. And when they came back into the press conference, he told them, it's your job to tell the truth. Don't spin my words. Don't talk nonsense about my club. It's your job to tell the truth. You are not doing that, and therefore you're very bad at your jobs. That's why you were not allowed here. He didn't talk to the BBC for many, many years because BBC was doing the same nonsense with him. As soon as he left, they've been after David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Hell, they've even been after the
revenge.
Interims. So it's revenge. It's revenge season. They're craving. They're loving it, and they love the fact that Liverpool and Man City are the two teams as well. Above, they love all of it. So this is why we have to also.
Coach,
as frustrating as he is for me, we have to be behind him because they're trying to actively ruin him. And the worst thing is, United fans buy into it. They grab onto it and they soak it in and they say, he's not good enough. Whether you think he's good enough or not, he's your manager. You gotta back him. You just gotta back him.
He was the rooster in the hen house. Alex Ferguson was the rooster in the hen house.
Yeah, that is 100%. This is truth bomb because I've been saying that as well because I see that this is the media's payback. Now that the cat is gone, the mouse has come out to play. You know what I mean? And they've been going on that gravy train ever since. I show you now. Even in the last press conference, one of the journalists disgracefully said to Ten Hag, "We love it when you are bad because we can write stories about it." And he goes, What did you just say? Get out of here, right? He banned Ogden, he banned Lockhurst, he banned a lot of them. More need to be banned. And that's kind of the part of the reason why I created this channel over a year ago, because I was tired of the media dragging our club into the mud, right? The badge and everything. So I call beat the press. I always call them out, talking facts. Call it like it is, a spade is spade. Anyway, big up people for coming in as well. We haven't neglected you. Rajat, what are you saying here? Good evening to you. Hi, all Madhouse as well. Hi, you, Mick. Rajat, how you doing? Yalim Almin, what you saying here? Eric Snag will not get sacked until this summer. Even if I think he will go all the way to the summer. Also turns that Dortmund wants Erik ten Hag now. Yes, will it go to Germany? That's a big question, right? It's a paper talk right now. Manchester United wouldn't have gone through Mick. Yeah, they wouldn't have gone through the Champions League anyway. Yalim Almin is saying Copenhagen is facing City. Ooh, tough one. Arsenal is facing Inter. Wow. And Bayern and PSG is the game of the next round. Wow. Bayern and PSG, guys. Wow. Big draw.
I hope PSG lose.
Yeah, PSG will lose. Their project never seemed to do well, Anyway, guys, I also want to say big up to Alien Tenno and the chat as well. Rajat is here to say good point, Mick. Thank you, sir. And Alien Tenno is saying Liverpool will go 4 up and just toy with us. We will see. Nick Nash is here as well to say Union Berlin 2, Liverpool 1. Is that game finished now, guys?
Was it early kickoff? If so, then yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it was an early kickoff. Yeah, there's still 2-1 up. There's 3 minutes and added time, and it's still going. 2-1 to Union Berlin. Big
Yeah.
up. So they are there for the taking. Stephanie Griffith, big up. Welcome to the stage. One of our moderators. And big up Mick Kojo, Thomas, and the VR rumors. 100%. 19 likes and 22 watching. I guess because people are still watching the Liverpool game. But bet you as soon as the Liverpool game, or
Why
the
would you
United
watch
fans-
a Liverpool game?
I don't watch it. I don't even watch Europa League. One day Ten Hag in, other day Ten Hag out. Lol. No. I did my. I get your point, Reju, but I explained myself why I put myself in the dark category. And don't get me wrong, it's all about applying standards, right? I, as a Manchester United fan, has been supporting this team for 50 years. My grandfather was a Busby Bay fan. My dad was a George Best fan, right? It's been passed on from generations to generations. And I seen the great football, what Manchester United is all about, the DNA. And I'm all about high standards, 100%. I don't see 25% solving anything. I want 100% full sale. I want the team to do 100%. I want the manager to deliver 100%. That's in all that we do. That's Manchester United DNA. In order to put myself in doubt, that means that I put pressure back onto the team, back onto the manager, and I want them to prove me wrong until they start picking the right team, playing, listen to the manager. Then I will say, okay, I'm on. But if I say I'm out, then I'm stupid. Right, then I'm falling for the gravy train and the press and the media that's trying to get the managers out. And that's the only reason why I can explain. Eric Ten Hag won't park the bus, and what you guys are saying. Anyway, so many people coming in here. Nick Nash, I can see you. Who else did I miss here in the comments? Mostar Aston Villa. Yeah, guys, you're watching Brendan. Brian Foskett, one person that I need to shout out. We need Amrabat, Maino, and Hannibal in the midfield 3 versus the Bindippers. Okay, Kojo. Listen, you have constructed your starting 11. I asked you, Kojo, who would you pick against this game? I'm going to bring that to the stage, and I want us all to engage. And let me just share the screen with you guys. Hang on a second. Yeah. And I was saying, Kojo, this is Kojo's 11, right? Can you see it? Or, yeah, there he is. There he is. Okay. So I said, Kojo, who would you pick against Liverpool? And you send me. I would do Onana, Luke Shaw. I mean, first and foremost, you would play a 4-3-3 diamond, right? Or compact?
4-4-2 diamond. So if you put Rashford...
4-4-2 diamond?
Yeah. So if you put Rashford alongside Højlund, it's a 2. If you put Mason Mount in the 10.
In the 10?
Yep. And McTominay on the left side of that diamond, that's fine. Or Mainu, anyone doesn't matter. Doesn't really
left side? No, right side. Left side?
Left side or right side. Any part of that diamond. Mainu. It would be Amrabat as the defensive midfielder. Yep. And then McTominay tucked in. So it'll be a narrow type formation. And the reason why I've said I'm going for this is because I think I did try to think about it from an attacking aspect, but realistically, the only type of football we're going to play to try and score goals is counter-attacking football at Anfield. They're going to control possession. They're going to try and create chances through Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I think Tsimikas. I think Robertson is still out. And of course, Mohamed Salah as well. So my idea is with Mason Mount, you've got the pressing, and with what's his name, Trent now starting to play this more type of midfield type role in terms of coming in and playing another extra midfielder rather than staying on the right. You've got players like Mason Mount and McTominay, if he was on the left side, to try and close him down and minimize that threat. You're gone.
But that means if Mason Mount is available, is he still injured? I mean, what about Harry Maguire? He had a little bit of a groin. Luke Shaw had a little bit of a hamstring.
Yeah.
So
because they're doubts and they're not 100% out or 100% in, I'm just going to fit them in for now. I'm hoping they're fit enough. I think someone like Luke Shaw will play and Maguire. I think they'll make it. Mason Mount is the big doubt, of course. But I think with Bruno Fernandes definitely out because he's off a suspension, I think you got to play your next number 10. I think it'd be a mistake not to play your number 10. And
have you heard anything? Is Mason Mount back in training, or?
I think he's back in training, but whether he's fit enough to play, that's the question. So we'll see about that one. Rashford was ill. don't know if he's gonna make it or not. To be honest,
So the only reason why you're then selecting Rashford, all this criticism, is because he's counterpace, like he's meek.
this is the only way we're gonna play against Liverpool. I'm just being realistic as possible. If you ask me to pick a team where I think he doesn't play, we'll go to the fourth field. We got Nacho on the left for sure, but I just don't think that it's gonna work trying to play wide men and sort of leaving three in the middle against the Liverpool side that are gonna flood that midfield and leave
Yeah,
us.
the midfield is so important.
Yeah,
I mean, apparently,
as well.
yeah. The latest team news as it came out today is that McAllister is not available for Sunday, so McAllister will not be part of that midfield. But still, the midfield with the Szoboszlai and everyone, is a decent midfield, right? You know,
Sure, yeah.
Darwin Noodles is starting to find his scoring boots. Mo Salah is Mo Salah or Mo Salad, and yeah. But I want to engage with you, Thomas. Who would you? I mean, do you agree with this lineup, or would you do something different here?
Actually, I always thought about the exact same formation, actually, but I would switch McTominay for what's his name again?
Hannibal.
No, the winger.
Oh, Anthony.
Brazilian. Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony. Yeah, me too.
And I would. I just hope they're not injured, but otherwise I would put Lindelof instead of Maguire or Reguilon on the left. But I would try to keep maybe put Rashford a little bit behind Højlund. He can stay on his left, but he has a little bit. He's a little bit further behind because this game is about keeping it tight, keeping the whole team together, and everybody has to be able. I like Anthony's lately because I think he's better defensively than Scott McTominay.
Agreed. Yeah.
So if you have him instead of Scott McTominay, he might have to work more defensively this game, but he can just kick into that sixth gear and just go forward when he needs to.
Yeah, he could. He's like a galloping Lipizzan horse sometimes when he gets on the, when he runs forward, to be honest. But I don't know. I'm conflicted. I agree what you're saying here, barring that everyone is fit and firing. I don't see that Lindelof is coming into this team. Depending on Maguire's groin injury, if it was just a small niggle, or will he be back? Varane 100% needs to start. Onana needs to be on his game. Otherwise, I put Beyonder in. We haven't seen Beyonder. What about Luke Shaw and his hamstring? Will it be all right, guys?
I don't think so.
I hope so.
I mean, I think he has had 26 injuries.
26,
this guy.
27, yeah. Yole Malmin is saying, I don't think Mount, Rashford, Maguire, and Shaw are fit to start against Liverpool. Maguire can be out for a long time, and that is the problem. And that is absolutely the problem. What you're saying, Carlos, is saying, I don't think we'll watch this match after for the past few years. We've been smashed with no balls and no glory. Most of that squad, I would play the kids. And I'm going to read what you're saying there because of you, Chad, but I can feel you, and every opinion counts, Carlos, 100%. This is your rant. This is your moment on the stage, but I'm not going to read the F-bombs. You know what I mean? Would rather play Hannibal than Mount. Me too. I'd rather play Hannibal as well. Little bit of a grit, little bit of aggression. I mean, Hannibal is always a red card away anyway, but I like the fight. We need to fight there. We need to be tough. This is Anfield we're going to, guys. Nick Nash is saying, what are you saying? Good. I'd rather have Dalot, Varane, Lindelof, or Evans, and Reguilon at the back. The problem is we're at Reguilon, right? He's a little bit dodgy defensively, but really good going forward. Yeah.
Imagine
so this
that
is a game we need to keep it tight.
Being a defender and be dodgy at defending.
I mean, guys, we have to sort of control, Mo Salah and also, what's his name, Darwin Noodles, right? And they can also throw Cody Gakpo into the mix as well. So We need pace. We need pace. What you saying, Nick Nash? Good. I rather. Yeah, you already said it. RJ, what you saying here as well? Thomas looks like the rapper Miguel. Maybe it is.
Miguel.
Miguel. Hey, ¿cómo estás,
Isn't he?
Miguel?
Isn't he a
Yeah.
singer?
Yeah, I've heard that before. But he's
Wicked.
just remember, he's younger than me, so that guy looks like me. It's not reversed.
Whoa,
I was born before him, so he looks like me. Don't get it
There you
twisted.
go.
wicked.
There you go.
Yoli saying they only fit 2 centre backs are Evans and Ron right now. Holy crap.
Oh, well, then we're in trouble, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Whoa. No, let's play Varane and Lindelof. Yes. Geordie, big up, mate. How are you doing, my friend? Long time to see. And haven't seen you for a while. Howdy, the lads. Howdy to you, my friend, as well. And my apologies for you. You guys, you fought well yesterday, man. I feel sorry for you guys. Right, you know, you're down to your bare bones, and you fought hard yesterday.
Yeah.
You didn't deserve to lose, and you didn't deserve to be out of Europe at all. Like, you know, so big applause to you.
Can I ask you guys one question?
Yeah.
Do you think he picks McTominay just based on fitness, or actually doing something in the game?
I think he picks McTominay because I think he cooks a really good tea to the gaffer. He always brings those scones from his grandmother. You know, here you go, gaffer. And he's always talking a good game, right? He always talks well. And maybe he does well in training, but on the pitch, totally mental block. What do you think, Kojo?
I think he plays him because McTominay. I think he's trying to turn McTominay into an attacking midfielder because McTominay seems to be the most clinical in the team right now. That's a crazy thing to say. Wow. Other than that, yeah, the scones must be nice.
Yeah.
Football Power, Papi, I can see you. Come in, have your rant. We miss you a little bit of energy. We need a little bit more energy. Papi, Football Power from Boston, USA. Hopefully will come in. You have the link, brother. You're part of the member of this channel as well. So big up, come in, man. Rajat, because they were playing youth team. Like, you know what? We can play the youth. You can play the people that you trust. At the end of the day, this is Anfield we're talking about, and we seem to be bare bones. Guys, realistically speaking, this is the formation, but the personnel. This is the question mark. Scott McTominay, undroppable. I don't know. He's part of his contract. Every manager seems to love him, you know, and once he gets in, he never gets subbed. Amrabat needs to play alongside with Kobe Mainoo. I agree. There needs to be a double pivot. Mason Mount is a fit. Is it too early to be thrown in? You know, he hasn't played a few games for a while. I'm conflicted, guys. I want to hear from you.
I think he's out of options. That's
He's
the
out of
thing.
options.
He's if we just look at that injury list, he's like the core of the last season's team is basically injured. It's like gone, and he just have to deal with it. But then the way he deals with it, I don't agree with it all the time. It's a lot of question marks, but he has not had the best.
Alisson's back.
Alisson is fit, right? Oh, he take a shot at Alisson. Just take a pop. He's been a little bit shaky, Alisson.
Yeah.
Right. He hasn't been the same. Ashid is saying, what are you saying? Is Kojo from BGT?
I think he means Britain's got talent. I'll tell you right now. It ain't me, man.
You.
It's not me.
You.
It's not me.
And you. I'll be there. Okay. This doesn't look good then with this squad.
Yeah.
But I mean, would it matter? It doesn't matter. It hasn't looked good for a lot of years. So it is what it is.
Are you sure? She says certainly looks like him, eh?
It's not me, man.
We have a rapper and we have something from Britain's Got Talent as well. Abul, how are you doing? McTominay a threat to goal, and that's why he's been used all the time than others. That's the only reason, guys, because he's got goals in him, right? But he's not really a midfielder. I don't really know what it is.
I think he's like a box-to-box player, right? That was his game.
Not even that.
Yeah, it's a weird one though, because when he was coming through the youth system, he went from like striker That's why he can strike a ball so well. Went from a striker to a midfielder, and then somehow ends up box to box or defensive midfielder or play for Scotland as a centre back. It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a nice lad. Apparently, he's a really nice lad. He's very likable when he speaks in interviews.
I mean, we kind of people kind of like when you talk about him, we kind of sound like haters. But I mean, I don't know how he survived it. Like that's unbelievable.
Let's
like,
ask Mark.
People are just like, our team is so bad that this guy is the highest goal scorer. It's like how does he do it?
I got a question. Let's ask producer Mark. How did Scott McTominay survive? Was he part of the survivors? I will survive. First time when I saw you, I was petrified. You're on mute. Do we have a sign language specialist here? Come here.
I would say it's the luck of the Irish, but he's Scottish, you know what I mean? So, but at the same time, I think it's his attitude, really. Like there's always going to be that guy on a team who's not that gifted with talent, but he's got everything in the energy and in the mentality right. He works the hardest, he runs the most, he tries so hard, but he's just not good. Scott McTominay reminds me of that guy. You know what I mean? Like, he has his merits and stuff, but to be a starting player in the Manchester United midfield, you know what I mean? I think I would even class it as, like Kojo said earlier, he'd start Mason Mount, but I think Mason Mount is McTominay 2.0. You know what I mean? I think his performances for United and his performances for Chelsea in the last times he played is like, he has the most touches in the box for any United forward, and he has the most giveaways. So it's like every time he touches the box, we're not going to get a goal from him. So it's like, I don't understand why you would say he's creative. It's just weird. But at the same time, I think we have to either focus on the fact that the manager wants to play a single pivot and deal with it, or just, maybe we need to get a better midfielder to play the 8 in the box to box.
Joseph, you must be a Liverpool fan here. Joseph Robson coming in here saying 4:30 Sunday, MUFC prepare to meet the doom again. I see dead people.
Can I answer the mount thing? Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
The reason why I say Mason Mount, and I get that over the last year for Chelsea was not great. Obviously, a lot of injuries and not good performances. Same as Chelsea as well, and same as United. Funny enough, he plays for 2 teams that just didn't like to perform. But when Mason Mount was given a good run of form or games last time and good run of form for Chelsea, he played really well in the league, got the most number of assists for the club, and also played a key part in them advancing to the Champions League. No matter what we think of that Champions League win, he played his part and he played it really well. The reason why I'm saying you've got to play him is, number one, you signed this player for £70 million. He didn't come there to sit on the bench. Number two, you signed him and given him the number 7 shirt. Now, we know what that shirt means. We don't sign number 7s and leave them on the sidelines. Even someone like Michael Owen, we knew Michael Owen was never going to be a starter for Man United, but Michael Owen took that shirt and did something with it. He's got a legacy of scoring the winner against City, and the Champions League hat trick as well. So he's got something in line there. But most of the point, I think I think it's unfair to say that he's a McTominay 2.0 or a lack of creative player for this squad, because quite frankly, we haven't given him the chance to even play for this team. When we first came in, anyone here on this panel could have told Erik Ten Hag that playing him and Bruno ahead of Casemiro was dangerous because those two are not defensively good. So you're leaving Casemiro isolated by himself in many situations. It's a terrible decision to make. That happened. And then the next one was putting Mason Mount on the right wing, which was a baffling decision as well. After you signed Anthony, you got Pelestri there as a backup as well. I just think it's baffling. Quite frankly, I think if you're going to buy a player for that amount of money and give him such a shirt of such magnitude, you got to play him in his best position and then let him either sink or swim. I don't think he's been given the opportunity to sink or swim yet. That's why he's sinking so far, because he's not given that chance. And when he's fit, he's not going to play. So, I don't know. I think McTominay 2.0 is a bit stiff. But, hey, if he's McTominay 2.0 this season, he'll become our top goal scorer soon anyway. So, there you go. Could be worse.
To be fair, I only say that because I actually don't think that Mason Mount is a Ten Hag signing. I don't buy that 4 years ago he looked at him in Vitesse nonsense. I think that's In the football world, a manager looks at a player, and after 18 months, that profile goes. He makes a change.
Fair.
I think you have to be if you want to be elite. So I'm not buying that. And the fact that he's wearing the number 7 says to me even more that he's a club signing, because his shirt sells.
I agree with you.
Like everyone knows that Mason Mount has a huge female fan base. I'm not trying to disrespect him or them or anything like that. But we bought a shirt seller, and I'll be real with you. Like, we wasted 60 million. We could have spent 35 and get Gravenbach. We could have get Gravenbach and Xavi Simons for 60 million. Bro,
we could have.
What are we doing?
But listen, let's talk about this game, because there's one person that always rocks up for United that I think will be a danger man here, and that is Mo Salah. His record against Manchester United is impeccable. He played 12 games, 12 goals, 4 assists, and 6 wins, people. That is impeccable. If you look at it again, 12 games, 12 goals. Basically scoring 1 goal per game he played against us. Right. Kojo. Mo Salah will turn up with his partner, Darwin Noodles, that turned his ponytail to 2 ponytails now. He looks like Sigrid the Hagrid the Viking all of a sudden right now with his 2, what do you call it, braids? Yeah?
Yeah.
But I didn't watch the game today, but apparently I think they were rested today. I want to talk a little bit. I don't really follow Liverpool that much. My brother is a Liverpool supporter. He's the black sheep of the family. The rest is
my older brother too.
Yeah, he is, right. So I think they would line up with Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, maybe Harvey Elliott. McAllister is out. Maybe they will have Virgil van Dijk, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the usual suspect. Who else do you reckon? Did anyone watch the game today? Like, they lost 2-1.
No.
Curtis Jones, maybe. Cody Gakpo off the bench, maybe.
Man, we should have got Cody Gakpo. That's the only thing I would think. I mean, I don't really watch Liverpool unless they play in United, to be fair. Okay. So it's tough to answer that.
I'm going to go through your Coach, you work a little bit with Talk Sports, and I'm just going to pull this up as well, because they predicted 11 Liverpool starting 11 versus Manchester United. We'll be following. They're doing us a favor here, guys. Alisson in goal. We're looking at the back line with Van Dijk, Konate, Alexander-Arnold, and Tsimikas, the Greek Tsimikas, which has been all right. And then you have the midfield, which is Szoboszlai, Endo, Elliott. A little bit weaker side, I think. Diaz, Nunes, and Salah.
Dominic Szoboszlai is the most dangerous player for me in that team. He wins the most balls back for them, and he creates the most chances, and he started to create goals and score goals. He's becoming a very big problem. And when you don't address that problem, he will kill you, because you're going to be focused on Salah. Diaz has dropped off form. He's not really beating players, but Diaz is always a problem. And Nunes is not a clean player, but boy, he is a nuisance to defend against. But Szoboszlai is that one. He's the one I'm worried about.
I like Szoboszlai.
Being very honest, he wins every tackle. He wins every second ball. He wins headers. So from the defensive aspect, he's great. But then attacking as well, creative. Passes are 9 out of 10. Scores. He's just, and he makes good runs to decoy himself, to give space to Diaz, or if he goes on the right side for Salah. It's a problem. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a problem. So. I don't know how we deal with him. I mean, personally, I'd love to mark him out of the game, but I don't trust McTominay to mark him out of the game. But when he's going to start, but I don't trust him.
If they predicted this lineup, Kojo, how would you then change to what you composed here?
I really want to pack the midfield. I think we have to pack the midfield. I think that's
playing a diamond.
Dangerous. Yeah, well, diamond. Even if it's a 4-3-3. Then I think you got to instruct Anthony and Garnacho or Rashford, whoever starts on that left, to play a bit more narrow. I think you got to instruct to be a bit more compact, because Trent's going to go in there. Szoboszlai, Salah's going to cut in. I think you just got to keep it as compact as possible and just cancel out any sort of threat they have.
True. Szoboszlai, Endo, Elliott. And I don't know, McTominay in there offers you a little bit of physicality, of course, but we have to start.
I don't want McTominay. I don't want McTominay.
I don't want McTominay in here at all. Like I'd rather put like Anthony Dos Santos there. At least he offers a little bit of grit, tenacity, tracks forward. He's always dangerous because at the end of the day, even Kojo, if you play narrow, right, you still have to play a little bit of wing play as well.
Yeah,
I understand that, but I don't think we're going to have enough of the ball to play our play. Are you talking about them playing wing play? Yes, they are obviously going to try and go down wide as well. So,
they play fullbacks for sure. They play fullbacks.
Oh yeah, they're going to play for the fullbacks, Tsimikas and Trent. But that's why I'm making the point about Trent. Trent's going to now come in and join as another extra midfielder. Tsimikas will go down. Tsimikas is not a bad player. I'm not trying to ignore his threat. I just think we have bigger threats to deal with than him. But I'm not saying ignore him. I'm just saying if you don't deal with the bigger threats first and nullify their threat, sort of calm down the crowd, I think you're going to have a bigger issue than Tsimikas and Trent. I think you're going to have a bigger issue with the front six or the front five if Endo is the one that's sitting back. So that's what I'm just worried about. But even if you go to a 4-3-3, quite frankly, I still think they have the ability to open us up anyway.
There would be. The main point here is to keep the midfield compact and defend as a team, but also hit them on the counter, what we are used to do. Like, and especially if you go to Anfield, you got to live on those counter moments, and that's the reason why you choose potentially Rashford to play up there with Højlund. Højlund, brilliant link up a play, like a hold up play. We need that as well against Van Dijk and Konate. We will see, guys. We will see. I think the manager's press conference is out tomorrow. Mark, is it?
It's tomorrow afternoon. I think it might be embargoed because it was set for today and then they moved it. So I'll double check and we'll brief them in the morning with the news section.
Yeah. Brian Fosker's coming in here to say, I reckon Bruno got booked on purpose to miss that Liverpool game. Guys, comments?
I don't think he got booked on purpose, but you got to be smart enough to understand you already lost the game, so what's the point? Like, why you?
Yeah.
Is just acting like a little kid, getting emotional like that.
Brian Foskett coming in to say here that this is not a great Liverpool side. What he's saying. This is not a great Liverpool side. This has weakness, but they have goals in them, and that's the truth. The only difference is, Brian Foskett, is that Liverpool tend to have this never say die mentality that we used to have. They used to be us. They stole it from us, right? Even if they were 1 down, 2 down, they always seem to find the 90-minute, the last goals or the winning goals. That's the difference because they fight for each other, right?
Yeah. They move as they play as a team, and that's what we've been missing for I don't know how long. And my worry is my most worry is that our players is not up for it. I mean, that's what I'm most worried about. As soon as maybe we get one goal against us, and then they drop in hits. That's what I'm worried about.
We are 1 hour into the stream. People have been watching Liverpool. People saw they got beaten. We're coming to the final crescendo of the show, people, and that is the moment of truth that nobody really wants to talk about. Last time we were there was giving sponsorship of the company for 7-Up, and then we met him last time. We will call him Coach Zero. I would like to call Coach Zero, but at the end of the day, it's hard for me to predict, and I refuse to predict because I have no expectations other than go and win as per usual. But how hard task is it now, knowing the weaknesses, the frailty they have in the team, and the injury uncertainties, and seeing potentially what they might line up with? It's not to say they're unbeatable, but Anfield is Anfield, and they're just going to announce this new segment of the stadium. So they already sold out 56,000 tickets for this event, and the crowd's going to go for it. But in order to do so, guys, I want to hear from the VR room. I want to hear from you. And instead of you to suffer, as I use per Mick Ruby, I leave it to faith. So I already done this for you guys. So here we go. Okay. We have 1-0. Doesn't matter if it's 1-0 United or Liverpool. We have 1-1 draw, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-1, 4-1, 3-0, 4-0, and I have to put in the famous 7-0 here for nostalgia. Kojo, I start with you since it's your show today. What will be the score prediction?
I'm gonna
Or will
go,
you leave it to the footballing gods?
I'm gonna go 1-1.
1-1 draw.
Mm.
I love that. How about you, Mark?
Well, I'm gonna go 2-1. You know, some kind of shocking United win by a penalty or something.
Ganja, what you smoking, man? 2-1 to who?
United.
Ah, United. Have you seen Bobsleigh? That movie. What you smoking? I'm not smoking. I'm freezing. How about you, Thomas? Debutant.
My gut feeling tells me we're gonna lose, but I'm ignorant, so I'm gonna say we're gonna win.
You're ignorant. I love it. I take you with the battlefield with me, Thomas.
1-0 to United. 1-0.
1-0. Wow. What's the VR room saying, by the way, before we spin the wheel? 4-1 says Madhouse. Madhouse says 4-1 to Scousers. Oh my God. What are you saying? Ian McDonald's saying 3-2 to United. So there is belief in the fan base that we can do this. And I believe that we can. Madhouse, sorry, Mark. 4-1 Scousers. Yes. Oh, shit. Okay. So I'll leave it to footballing gods, please. Lady Fortuna, give us your result. Let's go. Get in there, United. Come on. It's going to be a 3-1 Ruby Classic. It is a 3-1 Ruby Classic. 3-1.
I'm starting to think this wheel is rigged, you know, Mick.
Oh, should you do it again? Okay, I do it again. Okay,
more time.
first score.
This
It could have been to 3-1 Liverpool as well.
There we go. Oh, 2-1.
2-1.
It's not rigged
who's
now. It's not
It's
rigged.
not rigged.
I
It's
think
not
it
rigged.
works now.
Okay, so you reckon 3-1 or 2-1? Fair enough.
I reckon it's a 2-1, but you never know, man. I just hope we go out there and we,
Okay, it could be
we
3-1.
defend well, we keep focused, and we do our best. That's all I hope.
Exactly. Madhouse saying 3-1 to who? Yeah, that's why I left it open. Right? It could be 3-1 to United, could be 3-1 to Liverpool. Hopefully, as a Patriot Red, as a Manchester United channel, 3-1 United and 2-1 to United. I don't know. We got to believe. Did you add on 7-0 and 8-0? Y'all know I stop at 7 because I don't believe we're going to do that again. It's madness. If we do, guys, if it's 7-0, is that a sackable offense?
Yes.
Do you think he will be gone? Mark?
Yeah, but they won't do it because they can afford it.
I'll pay. I'll go into bankruptcy. I'm not accepting another 7-0. I can't do it. I can't.
They
do it.
never did it with
Yeah,
the other ones.
They're breaking the
No,
camel's.
but you know what's bigger than that is if that's another 7-0, everyone gets sacked. Rashford, everybody gets sacked.
Good.
You feel me? I mean,
I feel you.
It's hard to blame a manager when players don't even have the pride to play to defend a loss.
Yeah, that was like the 7-0. It's like
for
that was
7-0, but those players, bro. Like,
yeah,
trust
that was
me, bro.
playing.
Like, you could have been.
It's a disgrace. That's what it is. A disgrace.
That is going to be embarrassing. It's a disgrace. You know what I
Somebody
mean?
should have gotten a red card in that game. That's the only way we hold that 7, bro. Like, someone's supposed to damage somebody or something. You can't do that, bro. You can't go down 7-0, not to anyone.
No, of course not. Right?
Not even when you play with your friends.
Nah, bro. If that's the case, you walk off the field, bro. Forfeit.
Yeah.
It's 3-0
Guys,
for forfeit, you know. It's like,
Kojo, can you go down to South London and tell Jadon Sanchez to stop playing this reality FIFA's Twitch? Right? He's controlling the controls.
He's not back down in South London yet. He's still in Manchester.
He's in Manchester. Yeah,
He's still in Manchester. He's the rumor is that he's trying to get back into the team without apologizing because he actually wants to play for the club, but he's just sticking by his guns and saying I'm not going to apologize. So yeah, nothing's going to happen. We're just going to.
Where's he not going to apologizing? Mark, you're Trini. You're Trini. Trinidad. He's also from Trini. Why he's not apologizing? There's a pride. What's going on there?
I don't know, bro. He's got false pride. A lot of people have it, you know. I'd quicker say that's more the first world in him. You know what I mean? Because in the third world, sometimes you gotta stoop to conquer. You know what I mean? You gotta take a loss to make a gain further down the road. And for me, it's just he probably never knew the history of some players who played for the club. Even a player who wore the number 7 that he wants to wear. Even if the club owes him the number 7 because it's in his contract, and they gave it to Mount, so he's kicking off. Cool.
Why the hell did they give it to
David
Mount?
Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo, they both got drubbed up by players, fans. They stuck it in. They worked their socks off, and they came back and became superstars. Okay. Why can't he do the same? He's got the talent.
Guys, I can ask you a serious question. I don't believe Mason Mount deserves the number 7. No. Who do you think will get the number 7 after Mason Mount? Because I don't believe he's going to last very long in the club for some reason, right?
I thought in my opinion, they should have retired it after Ronaldo left. They should have retired it.
Kojo, what do you think? Oh, he's frozen.
Sorry.
Okay.
My connection's...
Yeah, your connection. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I can hear you. Who do you reckon should have number 7? Or should you just retire the number?
I think not retire it, just don't give it to anybody yet. There was no rush, man. There was actually no rush. I can't lie. There was no rush. Take time. You give it to people after Ronaldo and it's not worked. And the next person to make some sort of success of it was Ronaldo. So, yeah, man. Breathe. Even Garnacho, take time.
Take time.
Everyone just
that's why in the future, maybe Garnacho. He's got tattoo number 7 on his neck and stuff like that. So, yeah. What you're saying, Stephanie Griffith, imagine, to quote one of Liverpool's favorite sons, John Lennon, we beat them on Sunday. You know, it's football, Stephanie, and anything can happen. And the purpose of this stream is to say, have no fear. You know, don't be scared. It's just a game. And we as comrades, we go and fight together. And if we come to the battlefield, we don't lay down our weapons. We fight to the last man. This is Manchester United, and I expect us to go and put it in a shift. If Newcastle could do it against AC Milan with playing bare bones, they played tooth and nail. They looked knackered. So can we. But if Ten Hag goes there and capitulates with 7-0, then I'm afraid he's gone. I'm afraid he's gone, guys. And I cannot defend that either. Nobody can, right?
No. I mean, there's a lot of games where I question, like, I can't defend him, but it is what it is, man. That's we can't do anything.
Madhouse, you're mad. Mbappe will get the number 7 next season.
You know what?
What if?
I'll tell you who get. We go back in time and we bring back all the number 7s. How about that? That's the greatest solution. And then we pick up Seedorf, R9. We pick up all of them.
Yeah, Ian McDonald agrees what you're saying. Retired the number 7 shirt. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. All we can do is, I wouldn't say living on a prayer. We weren't going to cover the manager's press conference. This is the only way, and I hope tomorrow, Mark, that we get some clarity regarding the team news, the injuries, and big up Kojo for picking your starting 11, but you didn't know how much the injuries and but at least we saw your train of thought, and I agree. We play a diamond there, keep it compact, hit him on the break. It's Anfield at the end of the day, defend well and avoid conceding goals. But when there's a goal scoring opportunities, finish it. Finish the dinner. And do you expect Højlund to get to finish his first dinner in Prem, like to get his score, to get a goal?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
This will be the perfect game.
Yeah. Van Dijk escaped a red card in the last game only because Endo got fouled. Just remember that.
Yeah. Big up Stephanie Griffith. Great show, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to see Højlund get his first Premier League goal, but it all depends on to the chefs and the cooks. They have to serve him the ball. That's the thing, guys. They have to serve him the ball. He's been playing a graveyard shift. If you look at the last game, he didn't even receive one single ball, but he did so great. It's just holding it up, being strong. Playing against the Upper Mukana is different. It's difficult. That guy is a beast as well. But now you're up to against Konate and Virgil van Dijk. Now, Virgil van Dijk hasn't been that great, Kojo, this season.
No.
Nah.
No.
Nothing to fear. Have no fear, people. Listen, don't Football Power Hour can just come in to have a say before we close. Power Hour.
Big
Give us
up,
some energy.
big up to Mendham. I just want to say I'm not feeling confident versus Liverpool, but I'm still behind the team. I'm behind the club, and I was enjoying the conversation on my way from work. I was listening to you guys, so big up to you guys.
Thank you, Papi. Thank you, Papi. Big up to you. It is 9 o'clock
big
Boston
up,
time.
Papi.
I think
Mhm.
it's morning time. Or
Oh, it's 3 p.m. over here. 3:30, almost 3:30.
3:30.
Yeah,
Can you believe you and me are 12 hours of difference?
yeah.
Mad. Mad. I'm 12 hours ahead of you. Seriously, Pops.
It's wild.
So,
It's wild.
Pops, big up for coming in to give our encouraging words. We didn't hear your score prediction. Do you want to jinx it, or do you believe in the footballing gods? What we just spun 2-1 or 3-1?
Oh, what did the wheel say the second time?
2-1.
2-1. It's gonna be 2-1. Hopefully
Get in
2-1 United.
Hopefully. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming in. And Botswana Papi, thank you. Go please follow Botswana Papi on his brilliant channel. We usually do also the. Are you going to do the watch along?
Yes, obviously. We will be there. We will be there for the watch along. So yes.
Kojo, as per usual, where can people find you?
Free Midfield Podcast, Style of Play Podcast as well. DR Sports on YouTube, and of course on here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to this channel. Always a pleasure.
We're looking forward to have Kojo more regularly once a week as well, preferably on Thursdays, as you says. Your Thursdays your day off, so yeah. And love your always your view on the game, and your positivity as well. And Thomas, you're not on socials, but the first time debut on a full show. How was your overall experience? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I always enjoy it. It was great. It was great. Hopefully you invite me to more shows.
Of course we will, Thomas. And if people can follow you, of course they can come here. Otherwise they have to travel to Gothenburg, Sweden to stalk you somewhere, right?
Yeah, come and find me. Come and find me.
The seek him there, the seek him here. Anyway, people, beautiful people, thank you so much for the panel that tune in. Thank you for the VR room, Stephanie Griffith, all the moderators. Stay beautiful and don't let the media fool you. Ten Hag ain't going nowhere. We will see. We will see. Glory, glory, Manchester United, people. That's all, folks. Have a good evening. Ciao. Bye for now. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.